What just happened? I'm Dan. That's Julia. That's Bagface over there. And we're covering another Apple TV Plus show. It is called Presumed Innocent, and we're covering episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 is called Bases Loaded. We're going to do that one quickly, and then we're going to break down episode 2, The People versus Rosette Savage. We're going to cover that one entirely. So, quick thoughts on episode 1. Here's the breakdown. Here's essentially what happened, right? Carolyn, she's been found murdered. She was a close associate with Rusty. Bunny Davis was found murdered the same way. Liam Reynolds was convicted for it. Okay, so there's two things we know off the bat. His wife knew that he was having an affair, so that's something that shows usually hide in the beginning. Were you guys surprised about that? That
Right.
I was like right up front that she knew about it for the most part.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah, me either. It was a nice turn.
Especially like not even just that she knew about it, but she was very open about it.
Yeah, true.
Like
Yeah,
she just like casually made a comment about it.
right. Except for the second part that we find out in episode 2, but we'll get to it when we're covering that. So she knows that, and the guy they call Delay, I think that's funny, Nico.
Oh, that was
Uh,
really funny.
So Nico Delay, he won Raymond's job, and then Tommy takes Rusty's job. That all happens, and then they end the episode letting us know that Carolyn was pregnant at the time she was murdered, and then they're starting to lean on, oh, Rusty, were you the father? Were you involved? That's where we're left off at the end of episode 1. So what else did you guys get from that episode? Did I miss anything big?
No, you covered it pretty quick.
What was the guy's name? De La Guardia, something like that.
De La Guardia, yeah.
De La Guardia. I hate the guy who plays him. He doesn't open his mouth when he speaks, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
What's funny is real quick, he has a role in Handmaid's Tale, and his character is so likable in that show. And in this show, he's like
That's
totally
funny.
anti that. Like he's
Does
a piece
he
of shit.
also not open his mouth in that show, or is that just
No,
how he talks?
he was great in that show. I really liked his character in that show. And
Is
in
he like
this one,
in this one he just kind of like talks like this, and I'm like, move your mouth, dude.
yeah,
It's
such a
weird.
prick. Such a prick. And I love what Raymond says to him at the end of episode 2. I'm gonna clip it in when we get to it. But,
Yeah.
so I enjoyed episode 1. I thought it was a great, set the meter type of episode, and they ended off on like a cliffhanger type of thing. That's why they dropped 2 episodes. Episode 2, it opens up with Tommy pushing on who the father might be.
You have any idea who the father might be? No.
And he's like, would you be willing to submit a paternity test? He keeps pushing.
How long had you been fucking Carolyn? My suspect.
And Rusty gets pissed off and walks out. Kind of has a little bit of an anger problem. He can't really control his emotions.
He's probably super emotional about the entire district attorney thing. Lost his job.
Like,
getting demoted by like these complete dumbasses.
Not to mention this woman who he had been having an affair with just got murdered.
Yeah, who he loved. We find that out.
Yeah,
he loved her. Yeah. He deeply cared for her. First thoughts, I don't think he did it. What about you guys?
Yeah,
no.
I don't think he did it.
It would be really cool if he did do it, just because Jake Gyllenhaal can play.
Oh, I know.
Such a good
Jakey
villain.
G. Oh, he'd be so good.
You ever seen Nightcrawler?
Yes.
Oh
great movie. Great movie.
He's so good.
He's got great range. I mean,
he does.
He does. He really does.
Even in this first 2 episodes, we've seen a lot of range. Like he's a loving father. He still loves his wife and he wants to fix that. And then he's got this other wild side to him. He grips the guy up later on in this episode. He's yelling at Tommy. Like he goes from hot to cold really, or cold to hot really fast. So he's got to kind of calm down a little bit. And I think we'll see him calm down in the episodes to come, especially with Raymond working with him. So we'll see. But Raymond's pissed.
Are you kidding me?
We had a personal relationship.
And this was something you didn't think you needed to tell me?
It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Raymond just lost his job, and he's kind of thinking that this has a lot to do with him losing his job because he put Rusty on the case, and then it turns out that Rusty's involved somewhat. So, not a good look.
I just lost an election. My career, in part due to your personal matter.
Russ tells Tommy to get a warrant. He's like, I'm not going to talk to you, dickhead. Get a warrant. And later on he does so. So he's having flashes, Rusty is, of Carolyn and then his wife when he's swimming, kind of like going back and forth between the two. Really bit of a love triangle. Like you could tell he loves his wife, but he really had how can you explain the relationship with Carolyn? It was like a lustful love.
Yeah, it was more like fiery.
Really passionate.
Yeah.
She was so hot too. Oh my God. So hot.
Yep.
So then he goes home. He's like, listen, Barbara, we got to talk.
Carolyn was pregnant,
and they think that it was mine, and I'm a suspect in her murder.
She's like, well, it ended a year ago. You can't be the father. It's like, yeah, about that. It kind of started back up again. It didn't last much longer than a week. Maybe I am the father type of deal, which we find out he is later on.
I can't imagine someone sitting me down and having that conversation with me. You know that affair that I had, it never ended, and she was pregnant, and now everyone thinks I murdered her. That's just so
These
much
are my
to dump.
confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no, that's wild. And she handled it so much better than I would have.
Yeah,
It
it
really
makes
did,
me-
man.
Makes me sus on the wife a little bit.
Ooh.
When I use
Yeah,
my
yeah. I mean,
real life
yeah.
brain, if I'm thinking like true crime,
You
real
know,
life stuff, the wife
you
would be
said
the first person I'd look at.
it's always the spouse.
Mhm.
That would be a twist. I would like that.
That
That
would
would
be
be
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, but she's acting like she didn't know that they started up the relationship again. But what if she found out? Okay,
Yeah, but she'd have to know like intimate details of that one case. The
right.
frick,
Bunny
what's her name?
Davis. Bunny
Bunny
Davis.
Davis. Thank you. I
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
called
yeah.
her Birdie.
I mean, she
Birdie.
does look through his files later in the episode. She's looking through his files on his desk. Maybe that's a regular thing that she
That's
does.
fair.
Yeah.
Maybe. Speaking of files, Rusty's reading up on the Bunny Davis case because he's kind of like, all right, I'm fucked. I need to find something. I need to have something to work with here. And he finds out that there was a second sperm that was found on Bunny Davis at that scene that he didn't know about, that apparently Carolyn did know about. And he's talking to Herbert about it. And he kind of flips off on Herbert. Herbert's like, dude, I put it in the file.
And again, Carolyn knew all this.
Carolyn knew. Fuck you. Why are you gripping me up? Get the fuck out of my face. And I think that guy does a good job in his role. I
kinda
really
Oh
do.
yeah, he's great. I like
Yeah.
him a lot.
Take no shit, dude. Take no shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like good
But
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But apparently it's an older sample from a different day. And then Herbert even says to him, he's like,
The other semen was inconclusive. It was contaminated. Was it yours?
so that pissed him off. And they're not getting along in this moment. He's not getting along with many people other than Raymond and his family. He's kind of fiery with everybody else. Nico and Tommy talk, and then the one good part I saw from Nico is he tells Tommy, "Don't let your feelings get involved in this. Let's think about facts."
I just want you just to follow the facts.
I got you. I know what you're saying.
Our job is to get it right.
And I'm like, all right, that's one good call you said this episode or this series so
Yeah.
far. Rusty's back at home, and Barbara, they're all having dinner, and she's like, kids, put your phone down. And she wants to brief him on the situation. And she's like, Rusty, go ahead. Tell him.
Yeah.
So he tells them everything, doesn't hold back, tells them everything that they need to know. Daughter first gets pissed and walks off Jaden. She walks off, and then the son Kyle walks off. And then Barbara tells them she's in the room with them later, and she's like, get ready for some difficult days ahead. This is going to get tough. She doesn't know if she's going to leave them. She tells them that, but she thinks, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
I love that. I love when that
It'll
happens.
never get old.
It really, honest to God, it really won't.
So yeah, she tells them she doesn't know if she's going to leave them, and she also tells them that she thinks that Rusty loved Carolyn.
Your father is a good man, and I think he loved her.
Which he definitely did, which is hard for her.
And that is very difficult.
And like Jules said
I'm
earlier,
sure.
she deals with this stuff really well, really well. And then we see a quick scene. What do you guys think about this? It looks like Carolyn tried to cut it off,
Just think, we're at that point. I can't do this anymore.
but then they immediately have sex. Do you think that's when she got pregnant in that scene right there when they had sex in the office?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
probably it. That was probably it. What was with them struggling in the pool? Was that a real scene or like a dream
I think that
sequence?
was a
type
dream
of thing?
sequence.
Yeah.
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 Kyle's pissed. He's throwing the ball at the garage at 6 a.m. Rusty's like,
Kyle.
yo,
I just got to say that's like
Yeah,
the most
I know.
Kyle thing a Kyle can do. 5
Yeah.
a.m.
It
just,
really is.
hurling
Yeah.
It
balls
is.
at a wall.
yeah. He's like, dude, you're going to wake up the neighbors. Come on, come inside. But right then the cops show up. They got a search warrant in hand and they're flipping the shit out of the house. Everything. The kids' computers, they're taking everything. And, you know, Jaden's upset. She's like, that's my computer. Why? He's like, they got to take everything.
Hey, they have to take everything.
Dad, it's mine.
And then they need a DNA sample and they swab him. Now back at the office, he gets told that he's on administrative leave. And they even call him threatening, which, to be honest, he is kind of threatening because he's been kind of like really feisty to them, the way
Man,
he
I-
speaks to them.
Couldn't stand. I mean, I guess it's the point that you don't stand the Guardia guy, but when he's like, how am I being threatening? He's like, with your words
You are, with words and tone and body language, you are.
and your tone
Yeah.
of voice. My God,
Yeah.
you pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grow up, man.
Seriously. And then we get a quick scene of Barbara and Rusty in couples therapy. And she brings up, she's like, if you're arrested. And he's like, no, 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 there's no if.
I will be arrested.
I'm going to be arrested. They took my phone. They took my computer. It's going to look like I was obsessed with her. And he basically says he was obsessed with her. And he was basically stalking her.
They're gonna see that I was obsessed with her. I mean, I was basically stalking her.
And the breakup wasn't good. And they're going to see all these details in the text messages, in the phone logs. They're going to figure all this stuff out. So he's like, I'm getting arrested. It's a fact. So then he's like, I'm going to need a lawyer. So he goes to see Raymond and he tells him about how they took his phone and basically what he just told the couple's therapist. And he says, Raymond, I need you as my lawyer. And at this point, Raymond's not ready to accept.
I need somebody who is versed in delay and multo.
But we see later on in the episode that he does accept this. So he calls Rigo because he's got one thing to work with, right? He tells Rico about the second sperm being on site at the Bunny Davis murder, and he needs to talk to Reynolds because he knows something and he needs to see him. So he goes there. He says, if you know anything, I'll shave time off your sentence. He can change his life sentence without parole if he tells him anything, but he gets zero information at this point.
This is beautiful. You're desperate.
You guys think Reynolds will give him something later?
I don't think he knows anything.
I don't think he knows anything either. I feel like he's just enjoying the fact that Rusty is, it's the guy who put him in prison and he's just sitting there kinda
Right.
like, you're super desperate, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll see you soon, bitch.
And he's smart
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I love the way they write him because he's crazy as fuck. He feels crazy, but he also feels insanely intelligent. Just
Yeah.
the way he reads
He's
people.
got those evil genius vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he even said, he was like, I would have loved to smash her skull. I'm in prison. So yeah, so he's a psychopath. But Rusty, sure, there's a link because of how she was tied up. It was exactly the same. So he's talking to Rigo, says he didn't kill her and he needs her. No more lies from here on out. She was pissed she didn't know about the affair, but it's like Rigo and Raymond are like the only two people he has to count on at this time. So he needs her, and she seems like she's gonna help him out.
No more fucking lying to me. Yeah?
So Raymond considers repping Rusty for his legacy.
My legacy? I went out in defeat.
Because he tells his wife, look, I went out in defeat. Am I really going to do that? Or you want to go to Florida and die?
Florida's for dead people. I'm not dead.
Like, I can't go out like that. So that's when he changes his mind. And we see later he's in the courtroom defending him. And the lab results are back. And in fact, Rusty was the father.
Paternity confirmed. Sorry, Rusty, I know it's not what you wanted to hear.
Of the unborn child that was in Carolyn at the time she was murdered. Not a good look. Cops show up right then. They're there to arrest him. So there you go. He gets arrested. So this case we see on the news is going to garner national attention, not just local, because of the details and everything that's going on. This high respected lawyer is on trial for murder of another lawyer that he worked with, that he was the father of the unborn baby in her stomach. Like, it looks so bad. So obviously it's going to be national attention. So he's awaiting arraignment, and then Raymond shows up to defend him. My boy. Good shit. I feel like that's the only chance he has to get off, with Raymond being in his corner. And
he is my favorite character by far too.
He
just takes no shit.
Yeah, I love that guy. He was in The Leftovers. That's my number 2 show of all time, and he was great in that show too. Yeah, it's a great show. If you never saw it, check it out. It's on HBO Max, or just Max. Yeah, fucking stupid name. So, my boy, they plead not guilty. The bail is set at 1.5 mil. Raymond wants to speed things up. He wants an immediate trial date.
Justice on this case must be swift. And therefore, ask the court to find an immediate trial date.
And then he says to Delay and Tommy, fuck thing 1, fuck thing 2. That was amazing. So good. So good. Love the delivery. So funny.
Fuck thing 1, fuck thing 2.
And he's out on bail already. He's back with his family, and he tells his family time favors the prosecution, so the faster the better. It's a good thing that we're going to be sped up in this case. Good thing. But then, to end the episode, and now I cannot wait for next week, he gets a random text from not a blocked number. It was their number's there, so he can find out who this person is easily by just calling them or figuring it out. The text reads, "You were there. I saw you. So what the fuck? What the fuck?" Thoughts on that?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
That's not a good look.
Not a good
Not a good look for our boy. Not at all.
It's not. I
Yeah.
mean, could they be referring to something that is not the murder?
I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it.
I
Yeah,
feel like
maybe.
someone maybe he was being a little stalky-ish and sitting outside her place.
Oh,
the
yeah,
same night.
okay.
So
Maybe.
someone didn't see him in there, but saw him in the
That would make
area.
sense.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe he was there the night she died, but he left before the killer came.
Maybe he's like hiding in her house.
Yeah, in the closet.
It's
Yeah.
actually the killer who's texting him.
That would be sick. Or maybe Rusty's just
It
a
might
killer,
be.
you know? We
Who do you
don't
think?
know.
I
right
mean,
now.
it could be.
Yeah.
But I feel like that'd be boring.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
It depends on how they do it.
Do you guys have no theories? No theories on who it is?
I don't think we have enough information yet at all. No. What about you? You got something?
I'm either thinking there'll be some weird twist where it's Guardia's little bitch boy. I can't remember his name.
Tommy?
Tommy.
I
Stop!
would
Shut
love
the
that.
Like if
shut the
Tommy did
front
it
door.
and set
I
him
was
up.
gonna say that. I was
Yeah.
I would
gonna
love
say
that.
He's
Love
too
it.
I
good.
hate him. It just gives me every time it panned to him, it just gave me this weird gut feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great at playing a dick too, Peter Sarsgaard. He's really, really great at playing a dick.
I
Yeah.
feel like he at the very least knows something about it.
Fuck thing
I'm
1
really
and fuck thing 2.
I'm stuck on. I'm sure that we've already seen the killer. I feel like
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
trying to
I think we have.
mislead in a way with all the Reynolds stuff and
Yeah.
making it think that there's some other killer out there. I feel like we've definitely already seen the killer in the show.
Ex-husband? He
That
got
seems-
cleared though.
He got cleared.
I-
That's too easy. And he had the
yeah.
alibi, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
had an alibi. Yeah.
He did. Yeah. Cops cleared him.
Yep.
So I don't know.
So
Well-
Rusty, the wife, or Tommy is what I'm on right now.
All right.
Yeah.
And I don't
It's a
think
good
it's
start.
Rusty. So Tommy or the wife.
Good start. So
Which are both pretty decent options. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what Tommy's motive would be, but
The wife just seems
Mm.
too chill, like too okay with all the things going on.
mhm.
She seems like a person
Yeah.
that is just so
It's
bottled
very
up.
like it's like very like Dexter. Like she's
Yeah.
just
That's what it
she's just
felt
so
like.
calm and definitely like secret psychopath.
So, by the way, guys, we have a 4th of July edition Scene Invaders merch shirt out. Here it is right now on the screen. I think it's really cool. So, what we're going to do is the best theory before 4th of July will win one of these shirts. And I think it's a super cool shirt. I got mine in the mail. I'm going to wear it as soon as it comes in on video. I think it's really cool. So, the best theory during Presumed Innocent, you'll win one of these 4th of July themed shirts, and you can rep it whenever. Go America.
Go
That's-
America.
I can't
so
say
Go
that.
America.
I can't. I can't say it. It can't
I
come
know
out of
you're
my mouth.
Canadian. Yeah,
I'm
I know.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Wow. Half of our team is Canadian.
But leave your theories down below. We're enjoying the show. Hopefully you are too. And we'll see you next week for episode 3. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Bye guys.
It's all in my goddamn report, and you need some serious fucking help.
What just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened?
That just happened.